Well, ladies and gentlemen, they're finally here. The 8700-100 COBRA XS pliers from knipex. They are designed as an everyday carry plier, a small pocket pair of pliers with all the quality that the knipex Cobras have built right into them. So let's take a closer look. And these are the pliers. They do not have the push button release like some of the other knipex Cobras do. For these to operate, you open them all the way, slide them down, and then you work them from there. And if you'd like them smaller, it'll ratchet on forward to as tight as you want. They are designed as an everyday carry plier. When they're introduced on the knipex YouTube channel, they actually specifically said everyday carry. So we're going to look at them and evaluate them as an actual functional pair of pliers that you might hold in your pocket, and also look at them more from the everyday carry side of things. Prior to owning this pair of pliers, my smallest knipex Cobras were these guys right here. This is a Craftsman rebrand, and they are quite nice. As you can see, they fit nice in the hand. They work real well. The teeth last forever and basically don't dull on anything that you would ever realistically grab with them. And that includes everything from a bolt to a pipe. These are water pump pliers, but most people use them on rounded fasteners. For perspective, this is the jaw thickness on this pair of Cobras. This is the jaw thickness on the XS. So a little side by side there. Where all the other Cobras have some type of rubberized handle, the XS is all metal. And that's kind of to make them, low drag in the pocket and just to save on the weight. As far as hardness in the teeth, I've already tested this, so I can tell you the jaw area will skate a 55 and a 60 will leave a scratch. So there you go. So somewhere in the 60, 62 Rockwell hardness range, or at least higher than 55. So good and hard, good and durable. As far as strength goes, I'm a 240-pound man, and I'm going to squeeze these as hard as I can closed and see if I can break them. And they hold up just fine. As you can see, no damage whatsoever. I've already done a little bit of playing with them and kind of tried to break them a little bit before I showed them to you. So this is good stuff. They've got kind of a wraparound design where the one jaw slides through the other. And that's kind of the traditional Cobra design. And that's proven to be very, very durable and very, very nice as far as lateral stability. And if you end up twisting on something this way, it holds up real good. As far as the tooth design, the knipex Cobra's been around a long time. The classic Cobra display center is a pipe that you can put the Cobras on, and then the person showing them will stand on the pliers and show you that they don't slip. We're not going to do that today because that's kind of a common display and it's just sort of well known. And as far as the size goes, my pair comes in right at 4 1/8 freedom meters. And as far as what they feel like to actually hold on to, they're just nothing to it. You can certainly put them in your pocket and tote them around and really forget you have them there. Now, in the knipex video where the dude from Germany talks about the pliers, he, of course, loosens some things and shows you them in action. But one thing he mentions is them as everyday carry. An interesting thing about using these as a component of your everyday carry is that I don't know of a single municipality or state that considers pliers in your pocket a weapon. So you could put these in your pocket and they're not a weapon. However, they are easy to weaponize, and that is they are knurled on the front and the back. And if you were to hold them, that point is rather sharp. So you would not want to get hit in the face with that right there. The old holding a key in your hand, this makes a joke of that. You can swing laterally, you can punch straight on, you can even uppercut, and there's a lot of force directed at a very small, very sharp, very high Rockwell hardness piece here. So this would definitely do some damage in a fight or flight situation. So as far as everyday carry and it being a weapon, definitely useful. As far as everyday carry and it being an actual tool for something beyond, you know, a really bad bar fight, let's look very closely at that. So this is a nice little adorable snap-on ratchet. It's actually one of my favorite ratchets. So I just broke this bolt loose with that. And we're going to give it a good snugging push there. And then the Knipex Cobras. Now that hurt like an SOB because they're metal pliers and they definitely will dig into your digits. Of course, I've got big old meaty digits, so I was able to handle it, but clearly they can do some work. Now, I've got some other miniature pliers that are sort of pocket pliers that I will tell you cannot do this. The test we just did here, they are not equipped to do this because they don't have the hardness or the durability that these Cobras do. And I'm talking about brands like Snap-on. So be sure you hit that subscribe button and go ahead and ring that bell so you can be notified when that mini plier comparison video comes out, so you can go ahead and have a look at it and see what you think. But this is an 18mm bolt, and I'm not anywhere near the end of my adjustment range, and I was able to take that off pretty easily. And again, this is a distorted thread nut that this bolt is screwed into, and it holds just fine to it all the way out. Now, the reason I'm using this ratchet for that first test is because it's really new and it's hard to take the socket off. And this is a clean socket, not greasy at all. So I can get it with my hand, but the Cobras make you look good and they don't slide at all. So you can do it without scratching the chrome on your pretty snap-on sockets. Now, this is a Quinn torque adapter and I've got it set to peak torque. And I just tightened that thing to 20 foot-pounds. Let's see what that feels like coming off. And that's from previous testing. The reason I stopped at 20 foot-pounds is because from previous testing, I can tell you 20 foot-pounds is about where the pain of pulling on these pliers limits you from pulling any harder. You might be a better man than me, but I'm saying 25 foot-pounds is where I'm tapping out at. And realistically, when you pull on these pliers, all of the load is resting right on this ring here, which is rather thin, and you definitely risk wallering these things out and tearing them up. So 20 foot-pounds is probably the most you want to do. But, you know, just to give you an idea of what 20 foot-pounds looks like, again, with a regular 7-inch ratchet. So we're going to tighten this again. So there's 20.3 foot-pounds. And I'm right back to my ratchet. And it certainly makes it look easier because it's, again, you know, got a nice big beefy handle on it. The adjustability is very nice. You know, it's really quick. I actually prefer this method of adjustment to the regular Knipex pliers. And the reason being is because when you guess wrong on the regular ones, you get them too big, you end up taking them out and pushing the button and guessing again. And sometimes you guess wrong the other way and it's, you know, it's here. With these, you can guess wrong, put them on, and slide them to the optimal position, and then do the work you want to do from there. This mechanism is very reminiscent of the Vice Grip Knipex clone. These are basically copycat pliers that Vice Grip has out. I do like the handles on these a lot better than the knipex because they're substantially more over molded, and these do hold up really nicely. But again, if you get them too big, you just ratchet them to where you want, and then you can do the work from there. And that would be the right size for that bolt. So, knipex Cobras, they're nice and strong. They're certainly stronger than some other everyday carry pliers I have. And again, as far as using them as an everyday carry device where they're both a pair of pliers and they double as a weapon, particularly if you carry them jaws open, that's going to send somebody to the ER in one punch. That's a one swiping punch straight to the ER, lots of irregular stitches and antibiotics for a couple weeks. Pretty gnarly. Definitely don't want to get hit by one of these. As far as, you know, their durability in a fight, I mean, I'm scratching the powder coat pretty aggressively. So audible scratches and no damage whatsoever to the knipex jaws. So if it can do audible scratches with me being just kind of off angle, whacking away on some powder coating, it can definitely do some substantial damage to a human being. So as far as them being an everyday carry, universal tool, both weapon and pliers, I think they fit the bill just fine for that. And as far as the mechanic, who's going to most of the day not be fighting off assailants like Batman, they'll help you get your greasy sockets off your new snap-on ratchet pretty readily. So for size perspective, this is the knipex Cobras next to the box, next to an 18mm snap-on and a 10mm snap-on. As far as warranty goes, on knipex website, they say that you need to deal with your dealer, and apparently you can also send them in directly. You need some sort of printout. It's a bit of a process to warranty these out. So if you have a tool truck, I definitely recommend get them off your tool truck. That way you can hand them to him and he can hand you another pair, and that'd be the end of it, versus you having to go online and print out some sort of return sheet and put them in a package and send them to Germany or wherever. Any of these mail-off warranties I like exponentially less than to go in the store or go to the guy who sold it to you, hand them the pliers, and he hands you another pair. Now, I bought these from Chad's Toolbox, and they were about $36 or so off of his website. And for $36, I definitely think they're a good deal. I do not know if Chad will warranty knipex products or not. If anybody knows that, would you put a comment down in the bottom here so other people can read about it and know what you know. Definitely a handy pair of pliers. Definitely versatile. And definitely reasonable in your pocket. So there you go, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and help us out. We appreciate you. Thanks.